Hello and welcome to all. Today's session we'll see Cursor AI for manual testing, and today we'll see how we can convert from requirements to test cases in a minute. Okay. So before that, first we'll understand AI is not replacing QA engineers, but it is replacing repetitive, rule-based, predictable manual tasks. Okay. So now, if you see when manual testing becomes repetitive, when requirements are changing continuously, then we need to revisit the test cases and we need to add, modify the test cases every sprint. Okay. After that, we need to identify the regression test, we need to modify it, and we need to execute every sprint. Okay. And same validation checks are repeated. And if you see the traditional manual QA process, okay, when we need to generate the test cases using the requirements, okay, so usually we are performing the analysis on requirements. It takes the sometimes. Then we are designing the manual test cases. Maybe it's a repetitive. Sometimes happens, or we are missing the edge cases. Okay, then we are also identifying the test design effort on regression. And if in case requirements get changed, then again we need to revisit the test cases and we need to modify it, and all these things we need to do it within a sprint timeline. Okay, now if you see here, I give the one example. Suppose this is the my requirements. Okay, the user must log in with valid email and password. Okay, and after that we need to perform the analysis of this story and we need to write the manual test cases like with valid login test, then invalid password, in then empty fields. Okay, then invalid email format test. Okay, that way we are writing the manual test cases. Okay, and now if you see, I just identified the approximate time. Okay, suppose if in case we got any user story and we start the analysis for simple user story. Okay, to perform the analysis, the requirements and scenarios identification, it takes approximately 20 minutes. Okay, to identify the positive test case along with the test data, negative test case along with the test data, approximately it is taking 35 minutes. Then also for review, okay, I have considered only 10 minutes. So if you see overall time, okay, from requirements to test kit design, complete test kit design, along with the review, it is taking approximately 100 minutes for the simple test case. Okay. Now we'll see, if you see here, the mostly repeated tasks are the writing a positive, negative test cases, identifying the test data, and the scenario identification. Okay. So here, near around 70, uh, 70 minutes, are we can save it. Okay. How we will save it? We'll see. Okay. Okay, so here we can see we'll use the AI approach. Okay, like AI tools like ChatGPT, then Copilot. Okay, definitely we'll ask the analyze the user story, acceptance criteria, and the application UI. Okay, and as a AI, okay, it will automatically generate the positive scenarios, negative scenarios, and boundary cases. And if in case our application is also supporting the security edge cases, okay, so we'll give the prompt and it will generate the automatically within a minutes. Okay. So how it will give? So we'll simply give the prompt like analyze below login requirements and generate all positive test cases, including boundary and the security. Okay. Now here, yeah, either it may be ChatGPT or the Copilot, it will generate the test cases. And how we'll save it? Okay. So repetitive task, it's replaced. Okay. And writing similar test cases every sprint. Okay. So whatever the AI suggested the test cases, we'll just copy and paste it. And if in case you are using the cursor AI. Okay, so that is the reason today we'll see how cursor AI it's a more useful than AI tools like ChatGPT and Copilot. Okay, so now here, and that is the reason cursor AI. Okay, we need to use it. Okay, so cursor AI is an AI powered editor based on VS Code that understand the natural language prompts and help generate the test cases, test scenarios, and test data. Okay, if you provide this prompt in ChatGPT or Copilot, okay, definitely you will get a test cases, but that test cases are uh, not up to the mark. Okay, so but if you use the Cursor AI, and if in case your Cursor AI is integrated with the your testing management tool, either it's Zephyr or Jira. Okay, so we'll give the ID, okay, Jira ID or Zephyr ID, and we'll ask to analyze the the story ID or epic ID and generate the test cases using a simple command prompt. Okay, now if you see the workflow, okay, requirement story, okay, we'll copy into the cursor or we'll give the reference ID. Like as I mentioned, if it's already integrated with the cursor with Jira, okay, we'll simply give the reference ID and we'll provide the prompt. And definitely, cursor will generate the test scenario, test cases, and as a QA, we'll just review the test cases, the generated test cases, and the final test case is ready. Okay, now if you see here, AI generate the first draft, and as a QA, okay, we need to validate and improve it. Okay, we need to add the scenarios if in case we are thinking anything else. Okay, then how we'll give the prompt in Cursor AI? Okay, simple. We'll mention act as a senior QA engineer, analyze the following requirement and generate functional test cases, positive test cases, negative boundary test cases, and requirements. You can mention it. User should be able to reset the password using registered email. Okay, and like if in case you are Jira is already integrated with the cursor. Okay, so here we just mentioned analyze the following requirements or attach the reference ID. You will give it and generate positive positive test cases, negative test cases, boundary test cases. Okay, so it will navigate to that specific ID. It will go through the acceptance criteria what is mentioned, and it is generating the positive, negative, and the boundary test case with the steps. Okay, and now if you compare, okay, how much time is saved, like here you can see within 5 minutes. Okay, like traditional approach for requirement analysis, if we are taking 15 minutes. Okay, using cursor AI, okay, you just give the prompt. We need to refactor the prompts if it is not giving the correct output, so we'll assume 5 minutes it will take. Okay, then scenarios creation, test case writing, positive and negative. Okay, so overall here it's a 1 hour it's going, but within a 10 minutes, okay, within a 10 minutes, the cursor AI is generating the test data, test cases along with the steps. Okay, even it is considering the edge cases as well. And our task is the just perform the review. Okay, so now if you see here, traditional approach I have mentioned only 10 minutes, but since we are using the cursor AI, we need to be very careful. Okay, when we are using the cursor AI generated test cases. Okay, and that is the reason I have increased the 15 minutes. Now, if you see total, so for traditional approach, it is taking 100 minutes, whereas in cursor AI, if we are using the cursor AI for the test cases, okay, generation, it's within a 30 minutes, your all uh, relevant test case get generated, and you are saving the 70 minutes. Okay, now here you can see, like here I just mentioned, so traditional QA, its requirements. Uh, then it's writing the test cases and the execution. But AI assisted QA, okay, requirements, it is generating the AI draft. Then we need to review it, and after that we'll move to the execution. Okay, and remember, cursor AI does not replace the QA engineers. It removes the repetitive work, so QA engineers can focus on the quality, and it saves them like 70% of the efforts. Like here, as I mentioned, okay. So using Cursor AI, everything we have completed in 30 minutes, whereas earlier it was taking the 100 minutes. And that way we saved the 70 minutes. It's approximately 70% of the QA efforts. Okay. If in case you have any questions or queries, please let me know. Thank you.